the rich get richer. This is what I call the Philadelphia Eagles. Darren, how do you feel about the Philadelphia Eagles coming into this year?
Simple. Very, 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 very simple. The same way I felt all the other years, bro. They're a really good team. They're just they like you said, the rich get richer. They're rich. The question is what's going to happen with the passing game? What's going to happen with this offense? Because last year they looked really stale. They looked really stale. When people broke down their footage of Philly, you were like, y'all aren't moving nobody across the field, no motion, no nothing. Y'all just lining up and okay, AJ's just lining up over there, and Devontae's just lining up over here. There's no movement, no difference in the offense at all. So I want to see just creativity, like in this offense, because you got the pieces, you got the team. Like this team is there. They talent wise, they're right there with. They might be the best, honestly, even over the Cowboys. Even though I think the Cowboys fixed their problems from last year, I think Philly has the more talented team than the Cowboys, if that makes sense. Yeah, man, you got Saquon, you got to run the ball, you got to run. You paying them, run the ball. Don Tavian Wicks you got from Green Bay. I don't think he's going to replace AJ Brown, but the whole thing is you got a whole bunch of receivers for that. Malachi Lemon, he was a dog in college. Are you just gonna line him up in the slot the whole time? Obviously, Devontae Smith. I don't need to talk about. He's if anybody knows me, Devontae Smith is one of my favorite receivers in the NFL. So there you go. Defensively, I'm just gonna say this: I love their pieces. I just love their pieces. I don't know how. I don't need to say much more. I just love their pieces.
One thing I will say about Devontae Smith, you can no longer call him the best number
The
two
best.
in the league. You can't call him that anymore because he's a number one now, and
Yeah,
I think he's going to live up to the hype of a number one. So
absolutely.
that's the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is seeing how he plays against number ones week to week. I think that should be interesting, specifically the big corners, the big strong corners. I want to see that matchup. Malachi Lemon, they sniped from the Steelers, so I expect him to be really good. He should. They should have a really fun, interesting pass game. And I'm glad that you brought up how their team was stale last year, because I feel like they were dominant in 2024 with the run game. Then the NFL adjusted, and they tried to do that same shit, and it did not work. And AJ Brown was trying to tell these niggas early on, "Hey, we can't be doing the same exact shit. People know what the fuck we're going to do. It's not going to take us far," and it didn't take them far.
Not at all.
But like you were also saying, this defense is incredible. You just look down the list of people, and then you realize they still got Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. I think they lost their white safety.
Uh, to the Texans.
I forget his name.
Uh, Blankenship, Reed Blankenship.
This is my favorite pickup. They got Tariq Woolen.
Yeah,
Seattle couldn't pay anybody, so he goes to fucking Philly. Darren, that's a disgusting corner. You got three legit lockdown corners.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
What do you do with that? With that on top of a good front and a good pass rush, what are you supposed to do about that?
they attacked their weakness, and because this time last year they had a problem corner. Their corners couldn't stay healthy. So Reek Woolen is a that's yeah. You fixed it. You fixed the problem.
And I'm looking at some of their backups. Ringo from Georgia, he was really good at Georgia as a corner. If they can develop him, obviously they have Cooper DeJean, Saquon's
My
still
guy
there, Jalen's still the dog. This team should be able to compete for the division this year.
also got my guy Jacorian Bennett. The Raiders traded him last year. It shows him at the third string, but bro, he gave them some. He got hurt. That was the problem. He just can't stay healthy. If he could stay healthy, they probably wouldn't have needed Reek Williams if he could stay healthy. To be honest with you, Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell, I believe he's from Texas, the linebacker from Texas. Jonathan Grenard played for Minnesota last year. He's going to be a good rush option for them, bro. It's this is scary. They did this. They did their thing. Them Cowboys versus Eagles games or Eagles versus Giants games are gonna be fucking insane.
Must see TV.
Yeah,
Uh, all right, draft. They won the division last year. They won 11 games, even though we were all down on them all year, which is hilarious to me. We knew what the Eagles were even though they were winning games. We're like, this ain't gonna work out long term. Uh, the Vegas has them at 10.5 wins.
That's a lot. I'm gonna take the under. It's just a lot of wins.
It's
New
just a lot
offensive
of wins.
coordinator.
Yeah. How do you feel about their head coach? Is he on the hot seat? I don't believe so.
No, no, I don't think it's going to help. I'll say the pressure player,
Pressure
Jalen
player is
Hurts.
perfect for him. Why Jalen Hurts?
AJ Brown left, bro. You don't force your way out of a winning, the rich getting richer situation. You don't force your way out if you really don't like it. And he didn't like it because of Jalen Hurts and how stale the offense was. It wasn't just because of the offensive coordinator. He was blowing up because of Jalen Hurts too.
Yeah.
So Jalen Hurts needs to get this team to being better, like actually compete in playoffs because you have the talent and it falls. It's just going to fall on him. It's just going to fall on Jalen Hurts. I don't think personally. This is probably a hot take, but I don't think Jalen Hurts is a top seven, maybe even a top 10 quarterback. So
Whoa.
yeah,
Whoa. I disagree.
yeah,
That is hot, Darren.
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, I know it's hot, but that's how I feel.
Multiple Super Bowls, balled out in both Super Bowls. Puts up the numbers, rushing and throwing.
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert. Uh,
Justin Herbert was sketchy. Justin Herbert is sketchy as
that's
fuck.
no, he's
Better than
not.
Jalen Hurts? I think that's super sketchy.
That's not sketchy. That's not sketchy at all. The dude hasn't had his tackles in like 2 years, and he's still getting his team to the playoffs consistently.
Keep going.
Uh, Joe Burrow, controversial, but I'm going to throw it in there. Bo Nix. I know people are going to disagree with that, but
It's so early.
okay, cool. Bo Nix, I'm still throwing him in there. Caleb Williams, early, but I gotta put him in there. I put Jaden Daniels in there.
That's early too.
Uh, I'm at 7 already. I'm just letting me
Yeah,
know.
but like three of those niggas, they're pretty. They're still early enough in their career. They don't have the success Jalen has had.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying
Statistically
Jalen
and
Hurts.
like competing in MVP conversations, winning in the playoffs, all that shit.
I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm saying they don't win in the playoffs because of Jalen Hurts. There's
His team
other
behind
reasons.
him.
You said what?
His team is so good around him.
Yeah,
But I think Jalen
yeah.
Hurts is also a dog. I think that's also on top of that. His teammates are great, but he's great as well. Because this is not he's not like in a Brock Purdy situation where
I
it
think
feels like Brock Purdy's all his team is great and Brock just has to be above average for them to win. I don't think he's in that situation.
I just don't think Jalen Hurts is that great of a quarterback. I think he just benefits a lot more from his athletic ability being at the quarterback spot. And I think what people think of Lamar, that's how I think of Jalen Hurts. People
That's
just
tough.
want to say, oh, people want to say Lamar is just like a freak athlete, and they say he can't throw the ball. I'm like, no, he can throw the ball. He's a freak athlete. Both things can be true. For Jalen Hurts, I just don't like him throwing the ball deep. I don't like his deep ball at all. I don't.
So Darren, I'm glad you said that about Jalen and Lamar because I feel like they do the exact same thing to both of them. I think they kill them because of how athletic they are and how dominant they are, and they don't have the passing statistics of these other quarterbacks. So they're throwing for like 2,500 yards every year, but they're having like 1,000 yards rushing, and I feel like people put or put them lower on the QB list because of that.
And I'm telling you straight up, I'm not doing that with Lamar. I'm doing that with Jalen.
And I think that's wrong. I truthfully think that's wrong.
But it's not strictly, but it's off of what I see. I don't think he's great throwing the ball deep. I don't think I just think there's better quarterback play in the NFL other than Jalen Hurts. We're spending too much time on this, but yes, this is a whole topic in itself. Personally,
Definitely,
I like Bryce more than I like Jalen.
I think that's crazy.
I like Matthew Stafford more than I like Jalen.
That's understandable. All right. Wrap this division up. Who you got winning the division? I got the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm gonna take Philly. I know I just sounded crazy, but yeah, I'm gonna take Philly.